signal, adjust the road speed now, one approaching from the opposite direction, lightly on the brakes, I'm looking right. Early vision, early decision, just rolling forward, just trying to keep the weight of the car just gently rolling up to the give way line. With two vehicles.
The instructors are trying to develop thinking drivers who are aware of their surroundings, who use their mirrors to good effect and give the necessary signals in good time. Drivers who use good vision scans and anticipate rather than simply reacting to hazards as they occur.
We go, little brisk acceleration, moving into second gear, look well ahead now, the very end of the road.
Just checking the mirror, gently bringing in the brakes then, as the gap starts to decrease, off the brakes now, gear for the speed, and now drive out of the hazard. So all the time, considering the hazard, looking for it nice and early, and then doing something about it in a systematic fashion. And as long as each of the phases are considered in sequence, it's not that we've got to use them all, but as long as they're actually considered in sequence, then we're keeping the vehicle nice and safe. Planning early, doing things early. Not to mislead, throw back our solid white line markings, and our intention is now to turn to the right-hand side. Change of road surface, starting the system, mirror, indicator, now coming into the designated lane, straight line braking, taking off all the excess speed, then watching the red one coming towards. May have to slow with the pedal cyclist in the centre of the road, engage in a first gear, and now pulling off. Just a check over the shoulder then for the blind spot, just in case there's anything in there. Okay, there's a junction now coming up on the left-hand side. We can see the plan board in the trees, and that's where we're going to turn left. Okay, now you normally get the finger post over on the right-hand side, which marks directly opposite the junction. So, mirror, indicator, position, speed. Kill the speed. Really nip it in. Go on, more brakes, more, harder, 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 harder brakes. Good. Off your brakes now, gear. Second gear, up with the clutch, and drive around the curve. That's it, good. So particularly for 90-degree turns, you really have to feel those brakes biting in, really killing that speed.
Almost certainly we're going to be coming down into a first gear here because the speed, the vision is not good enough for anything else. So take the first, check left, yeah, and then feed your wheel round rather than all that. That's where sitting back from it a little bit will give you more room to work your arms. Yeah. You're restricted very much on your elbow room at the moment.
Vehicles are braking. Some form of junction up there. Turning left, so mirror, indicator. Try to get the indicator on so before you lift off of the accelerator. Yeah, because in sequence it really should come on before reduction of speed. That's it, good. Like the timing of that. In we go. You've got the right gear grip sorted out for me this morning.
Yeah.
You had a little play with that last night. Yeah. What you have to remember, Simon, is that each pedal has its own take-up point, an amount of free play, before it actually starts to do what it was designed to. So depressing the pedals with care will eliminate jerky acceleration, braking, or our gear changes. What we want from you is a silky smooth feel through the pedals. Off the drive, now bring in the brakes so that they relate to stopping at the giveaway. Now that's too much. That's too much. We're going to stop before. You've just released the pressure. Okay, handbrake on.
The braking's done in one nice long progressive movement, so that the initial free play is taken up. We get a bit of weight onto the nose of the vehicle. The vehicle then, once you've got the weight on the nose of the vehicle, you can then go into the fairly firm braking stage where the bulk of the speed is taken off, and just before the speed is correct, we start to feed the brakes back out again so that the weight is redistributed nice and evenly and the speed is correct.
When changing down to a lower gear, you have to match the transmission speed. The higher the speed and the lower the gear that you're wanting to go into, the more that you have to blip the throttle. So gear grip, down with the clutch, into neutral and across, rev. Could have been a bit strong. Yeah, be powerful with it. That's it. Into gear, and gradually bring out. Yeah, lovely. So into second then. So down with the clutch and across, rev. Okay, that's not bad at all. Quite a nice gear change.
Okay, back to third again, because you've got one threatening from the right there, and that'll give you a bit more flexibility if it does come out on you. Just ease back, don't really need to brake particularly heavily there. As soon as you actually see a threat, yeah, I mean, it may be a totally empty junction, which you don't necessarily need. You've got good vision and you don't need to go to a lower gear. It might be a junction that you can't see a lot of. I'm going to go left into this one here, though. Got a little deceleration lane to get into as well. So take yourself in there, firm up the brakes in the deceleration lane, firm them up, and then off in a second.